In 1980, there was a series of articles in the Los Angeles Times talking about the horrible conditions in which children lived in Skid Row. They were in the streets playing, they were unsupervised in single-room occupancy hotels, and a social worker named Tanya Tull decided to do something about it, and she started a daycare for these children right on Skid Row. And what has happened is that that's grown to hundreds and hundreds of kids in preschool every day. And beyond that, we offer a whole range of services to children and their families: mental health services, family preservation services, help with parenting, domestic violence, substance abuse, and of course for the children, tutoring and before and after school programs. Our mission is for children to succeed in school and in life. We know that education is the path out of poverty, but we also know that for low-income families, there are often significant barriers to learning. That's why our model, which provides parent engagement opportunities, wraparound supports, and high-quality education, supports children through whatever bumps and crises they may encounter. Providing whatever it takes comes at a price, though, which is why we rely on charitable giving. And demonstrating results is another area where we need significant investment, because government contracts don't cover the cost of analyzing data to prove that our particular mix of services produces exceptional outcomes for kids. We're experts at educating children whose first language is not English. Our schools use project-based learning and integrated arts experiences to build on the innate strengths and cultural knowledge of our children. We're also unique among charter school operators in Los Angeles because of our extensive experience in providing early education and child welfare services. We are rooted in the culture and needs of the communities we serve, and that gives us the edge when it comes to engaging families and dealing with the foster care and mental health systems. We focus on impact, not just efforts. Impact is what connects the activities we do every day to our broad mission, helping children succeed in school and in life. It's not about the sheer number of kids served, it's about the collective impact on our target population, which is children up to age 14, especially those learning English, living in the poorest communities of LA and attending one of our schools or preschools. We know we have the greatest impact in a crisis when we work with children and families we know and who know and trust us. Our goals are for 100% of our graduating preschoolers to be kindergarten ready. We'd like more than 50% of third graders to be proficient in English language arts. We strive for more than 95% daily attendance at all our schools, and we'd like parents to participate in 90% of school activities. Since the opening of our first daycare center on Skid Row, Para-Los-Ninos has always been associated with early childhood services in downtown LA. That's still a big part of what we do, but some people are surprised to learn that we have as many children in our charter schools, and that number is growing, as we do in our early education centers. Anyone who visits our charter schools can immediately see the power of our educational model. There are large-scale artworks made by every grade that showcase not only their creativity and critical thinking, but also their mastery of the state standards in every subject. The Academic Performance Index scores at our charter schools increased dramatically, up 74 points at the elementary school and up 87 points at the middle school. On our home visitation program for at-risk pregnant mothers and families with children under 5, more than 90% demonstrated significantly improved relationships with their children and reduced referrals to Child Protective Services. We've also committed to expanding our education continuum through 8th grade with the opening of a new middle school and eliminated programs that do not support the academic success of our students. Like many nonprofits, we derive most of our revenues from government contracts. As a result, we're subject to the vagaries of local, state, and federal budget cuts, some of which have been quite drastic in recent times. We're always evaluating the costs and benefits of continuing programs that require a substantial investment of charitable dollars. And we're prepared to make hard decisions when needed to preserve the long-term stability of our agency. We've done several things to increase our financial stability, including streamlining our administrative functions and consolidating our activities in fewer buildings. We've refinanced debt, strengthened our balance sheet, and lowered monthly operating costs. We're also starting a campaign to build cash reserves. There are three areas that would benefit from additional resources: evaluation, business development, and cash reserves. Government funders and foundations increasingly require us to measure our impact on the children and families we serve. We need to improve not only the information systems that track this data, but also the way we use data to improve our programs in schools on an ongoing basis. As for business development, we're continually assessing opportunities to add charter schools in connection with our early education centers and other programming in East LA and South LA. Starting a school requires capital investment and startup funds. In terms of financial stability, we're eager to build cash reserves and thereby reduce our reliance on lines of credit for day-to-day operations. We struggle to meet the mental health needs of our many indigent families, especially those that don't qualify for Medicaid. The operating deficits in our preschool programs can't be solved by cutting expenses. They are simply underfunded and require a great deal of charitable support. Yet the lack of preschool education can shadow poor children for the rest of their lives. And we always need to invest in our staff: training, professional development, competitive salaries and benefits. Government contracts, especially in these economic times, rarely cover the true costs of our workforce.